Hello there! I hope you had a wonderful good evening so far. And today is going to be another coding day. A good night to do some real good work. And last time we did hard work on the slope detection. We did it good, we did it fine. It's nearly completed, and now we have to clean up some things because when we left the stream last time, I had to go to bed, of course, to go get ready for my job and etc. Yeah, started my next day now. Was working out very hard and did it good. And now we still have the slope detection a little bit not messy. It's just not completely defined what we do when we are jumping. So let's maybe jump into that and look at it. Okay, so here we see that we have the actual algorithm for the character, and this is pretty much where we left. So just start and the problem is when we are jumping and we are in the air and we are trying to go from one side to the other, that we still get some drag for a moment, because something is in the slope detection which hasn't been set up yet to the final part where it just works perfectly. But everything else seems to work just fine. It's just when we're in the air and we are going from one side to the other, something is happening in the slope detection. And let me maybe take a look, because the slope detection is supposed to be set with our maximum health here. Unfortunately, I don't see anything in our max health happening. But you can see the character when I jump normally and jump to one side, and that's working pretty much fine. Except if you look into the linear drag field inside of the rigid body too deep, you might see when I go to one side, sometimes notice that for a fraction of a frame, fraction of a second, which is one frame, you can see that the linear field is putting itself to 1000, yeah, and it's also putting itself to 1000 when I'm going like this, and you can see I can kind of fly in the air, and that's obviously not right. So to kind of find out what is happening here. I think it's yeah, I don't know yet. We haven't cleaned up the project yet, so let's get going. So if we are not on the ground, so this is the slope state detection, and this is where the magic happens. And it says if you just jumped, then it says was grounded is false, and then we are not grounded, because in the next frame it will check this again, and if we don't set was grounded to false, it will remain true, and then it will think just jump is going to be set to true at the point, and then it will think that we have been on the ground last frame, and that we can't have that. Okay. Maybe we should also check, because just jumped is inside of a timer, that if just jump is set to false, that was grounded, it's also set to false. Is it good? I don't know. Hey Luna, what do you want to say? Oh, she gets excited because of my voice. Sometimes my cat really gets excited when I'm starting to sing. When I'm singing, she's really excited. Hey. And she's actually looking me in my face, and she normally doesn't do that. That's quite irritating. And she's sitting on my lap now. Normally she doesn't do that. So okay, that's interesting. So I think she gets excited when I'm getting excited. So she's one of the rare type of cats. My other cat, she's playing on the ground right now, and she's very wild and playful. And she's also a very good cat, but she's more a good cat to other cats, and that's how those two cats fit together. And I pick them up like this in the shelter. Hey, now I can pet my cat here a little bit. She's normally not sitting on my lap for a very long time, so it's okay for the stream. I don't know why, but she stopped being on my lap for several minutes. And normally it's just on my lap for some limited time. Which is fine. Which is fine because that way I can always code. She's normally fine after 30 seconds. Something's really weird happening today. Because she's really enjoying herself on my lap. That's weird. It's been a long time since he is enjoying that much. So I don't know what's going on with her. Just give her a minute. There she goes. And she's nervous. She's nervous for some reason. It's kind of a reward because I don't feed her anymore. I only use my auto feeder. And in the beginning she was really angry about that. Because she always wanted me to feed her, and then she was not getting her treats. She's not receiving any treats right now. At the beginning she was absolutely destroyed by that, and not absolutely, but she took it hard, and looks like she's back to normal. Because actually she's really like a teddy bear. Really, she loves cuddling and petting. Yeah. Okay. On. So what did I say? Okay, let's look into the just jump variable and find its usages. And what we want to look at is if it maybe makes sense to put was grounded to false if just jump has been set to true. So I think pretty much yes. So there's two instances where it is set to false. One if we are grounded and just jump. Okay, in that instance, was grounded should not be overwritten in this function. I think it's if we just jumped and I don't know. We are in a room where we are just underneath the ceiling. We jump, hit the ceiling, come back immediately next frame. Okay, then we don't want to put was grounded to false, but there's a timer, I think, somewhere. Was no? There's no. Or am I wrong? So there's a cooldown. Jump cooldown. That's on a timer. Just jump is not on the timer. Okay. Interesting. Oh, it's going to be negative. False once the character is going down. So there's something there that just says, hey, when we jump, there has to be a point. Every time we jump, we go up, and there has to be a point where we come down. Yeah, okay, that's maybe a very clever way to make sure that this will be false in any case, and it's a very interesting pick there. Yeah, maybe even better than the timer. And then, in that case, we want to say was grounded is then also false. So, that way, was grounded will always be put to false when just jump is also put to false. Okay, but I don't think that this is actually doing anything because it was working just fine. Could this be bad? No, because it said not grounded. So if we are not grounded, was grounded, and just jumped, then was grounded should be false anyway. So it actually doesn't do anything. It shouldn't do anything. Yeah. Okay. And if we are in just jump, this should actually be called because before grounded is checked. So yeah, what we did there is not doing anything. So actually we can reverse that part then, because it's kind of redundant. It's not it's never going to do anything. Okay, so and it also is like when just jump was set to. Oh, there's one instance. If we hit the ground immediately, just jump is set to true. Just jump is set to false. And then we in the next frame. No, this is called before that. Okay, that doesn't matter. Then it would still say then this would be called before just jump is set to false, and it would still say okay, just jump was set to true because we jumped, and then it's always set to true. Then it will say was grounded is false, and yeah, okay. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we spent 10 minutes doing nothing. That's great. But we have been thinking. Thinking is a lot of work. Don't underestimate that. It's so much work. Most people don't like to do it. Including myself. Now, of course, everybody pretends like they like to think in new ways, and that they are open and creative. But the actual truth is that our brains are wired like that. That we always take the same paths in our brain network, and it's something that seems to be kind of opposite to what people think what they are doing, what their brains are doing, but our brains kind of like to take the same patterns over and over again. Now, this is normally true for some specific kind of people who have autism, but it's not true for all of them. For example, I lean towards autism, and I usually tend to always try different approaches and try to kind of rebel, and sometimes I rebel a little bit too much. But I don't know, maybe my brain is weird and doesn't like to take the same path over and over again. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but yeah, and maybe it's just wired like that. Okay, so results. Let's just see what's happening next. So we are not grounded. We're in the air, but we were grounded. Okay, this should never apply in our case that we just have with that should never be the case when we are in the air. No. If we are in the air, this should be the case one time. One time. So we need to go through all of it now. Yeah, we have to go through this through all of that. And then we have to also write the part to write this when we are grounded. So, okay. I also think that I will have to put this in front of this function, because we need this in either case if we are not grounded or grounded later. This part is going to be done later on. So yeah, let's put this here. Need that, and maybe leave a comment. Check if some ground is underneath the character. Yeah, and if there's no ground underneath the character, then we are not on a slope. Definitely not, because then we will be in the air every time, and we can just stop there because we are done. This is a slope. This is just the slope state detection. Ooh. But we are also setting the transform position here, so we will have to rename this. To do check renaming, because right now in this function we don't only check the slope state, we are also setting the transform position because of reasons that I will come to explain. So let's go on, and we also will need the slope angle and the shortest distance in any case if we want to do something with it in grounded or not grounded. Check the closest targets. Yeah. No. Nothing underneath the character. Do nothing. Do nothing. Okay. So check the closest target hit. Self-explanatory. Slope angle. No comment. Needs no comment. It's an angle. Yeah. And then then we do something if we are in the air and we were grounded. Yeah. And there comes this part. So if we are on a flat ground, so what this does is it detects if we are on a flat ground. Or on the downward or upward slope, and if all of these slope, it just says they are not on the slope, whatever, and returns. Yeah. If none of these checks are true, it returns. Now all of this is just about the state and has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with if we are in the air or not. It just checks what is underneath us, checks the first waycast, and then detects the state on of that thing on the ground, the slope. If this is a slope or not. It just detects if this is a slope or not. But it doesn't matter if we are on the ground or not on the ground. We're going to do this in either case. So this is also going to be after we calculate the angle. But I kind of want to leave a comment here and make this a region. Well, it's not a region really. So the first part here is just to detect the slope state. Okay, how could we comment this? We need to leave a comment, we need to say what this really does. Just for ourselves here. What does it do? Detect if the... No. We categorize... categorize the ground hit angle to a slope state. Yeah, that's kind of what this does. All these if and else's. The depending also on where we are looking at, and this just works right now. Oops, just press enter here. Oh. I could delete all those code lines, but Control Z is way more powerful. I can actually get this stream right now. Still the cat cam, but there's no cat. So I'm sorry. This is absolutely misleading content. That's why I had to stop this insanity. Actually, fake news. You say cat cam and not there's no cat. It's unacceptable. Okay, now we are not grounded, and we were grounded. And there's one slope state that I don't really like. This is kind of a cliff, and it's kind of hard to guess what's happening here. Because in this state here, we are not on a slope, but the character is put down. But in this case, we are also not on a slope, but we're not doing anything, and that's kind of weird. Because the idea is to keep this straight up, downward slope, upward slope, not on a slope. And the actual idea was, if we are upwards or downwards, then we are going to do nothing. Yeah, the original idea was, if we are not on a slope, we are going to do nothing. And it turned out that if we are not on a slope, but we are on a slope, then we have to put the character, we have to stop the character from jumping up every time and basically stick him to the ground. And this is kind of why I'm thinking, okay, should we make another state here, slope state on a cliff? And from a composite perspective, we don't need it right now. So this is just for readability. I don't know. Do we ever check the slope state? I think right now we don't even need the slope state. Yeah, because we are never doing anything with that. Or whatever. Okay. So when we have been going through that, all of that, there's one thing that is kind of interesting here that can happen. Was grounded is equal to m grounded, but this is not never done if we always return here. Or here. So this line Was grounded will not be set to false in this case. Is that important? I also think I know what's happening in the jump. Mm-hmm. So here we put down the character and say then he's on the slope. Okay. Okay, we will have to look in where we set the drag. That's the problem later. So, where was I? Here, in this case, we don't set was grounded to false, even though we checked for that. Is that right? No. It's not right. The only time we check for was grounded is here in that if clause, so forget what I said. Forget what I said. It's not important. Okay. So what if we are grounded? Yeah, we are grounded and we did not return. So far, it goes through all of this. It says was grounded is equal to m grounded. This is going to be true then, but we actually don't need to check this even if we are grounded, and we were grounded. Is it important if we were grounded? And we are on the ground. In this case, questions. I don't know. Maybe I should somebody else. Oh, damn, my cats aren't here. Okay. So, we'll see. We will see. If we are grounded. We actually want to do anything. And we can forget all of this here. Can forget all of this. We actually don't need to check if we are grounded. If we are grounded, but what do we want to do if we are grounded? Nothing. We already have we have set the state correctly. Oh, my smartphone. Okay, I just had the call from the fire brigade. Brigade. Fire brigade just called me. Wrong number. I have no idea what they wanted. We're asking for, are you the owner of this and this address? And I'm like, no. Okay. And we had some short talk. Looks like they had the wrong number, and yeah, that's about it. Okay, so let's go on. So we have this code here. I'm really a little bit still, and my nose is, because I was sick all the time. My nose still a bit closed. And I kind of feel that the whole time. And it's a little bit annoying because I'm always speaking under pressure. Okay. So this is the old detection, which would then override the slope state. If we are grounded, this would work very much. If we are not on the ground, it's not going to work. But this is actually redundant because we are detecting the slope state already. So we don't need to do anything here. Right? So we can shorten this. And now we're finished with this. We just have to rename this. Detect slope state. And handle. Detect and handle slope state. I should actually rename it with the IDE and handle. Okay, so finished that. We have finished that part. We fixed no bug. The bugs is still there. To see where we are setting the drag to 1,000. Here and here. Okay, why is this happening? Move the character. So when we are moving, and we don't have much velocity, it just gives us a lot of drag. What the fuck? Why? Why did I think that's a good idea? Why is it even here? What does it do? Just why? Ah, I know. So this is, if we're on a slope, if we are on a slope and we don't move, and the character is falling down slowly, and there's basically it checks if we are very slow or if we are very fast. And if we are still falling down fast, then we don't have enough drag to ever go outside of this condition on a slope. So then if we are not on a slope, if we are in an upwards or downward slope, we have to kind of stop the character. We have to also make sure, is this only if we are grounded? I think we have to also say this Please only do this if we are grounded. Yeah. Also in this case here, don't put the character give the character any drag if you're not grounded. If we are not if we are in the air, don't put the drag to a ridiculously high number. I think this should actually be the fix. Yeah, this should be the fix. It should be enough now. Let's check if this function now works perfectly fine. And I'm betting we're finished now. Yeah. Okay, let's try this out. Should be 100% fine. So we're walking here. See all these slow hills here. They are counted as a slope, and we are sticking to the ground. The character animation actually doesn't jitter us anything. It's good. You can now jump normally, and you can see that the... Come on. So we are flying. Oh. Okay, I don't understand what's going on here. Doesn't give us any linear drag. So that's weird. So what's happening here is once we come down from the jump, the last second we are going down very, very slow. So it's really the character. And I don't see why. So this is tough. This is going because I have no idea why this is happening. In every other case, it's working nice, but I mean, it would be a nice mechanic in the game to just be able to fly above the ground for no reason at all. It just feels like, whoa, I'm a vampire. Wait. Fear me, mortal. Okay, jokes aside, this is terrible. And the terrible part is, I don't know why this is happening at all. So, what I can see so far, let's do this again, but in maximized state, screen size. Let's see why. And not see why. So just maybe analyze what is happening. Sometimes it's working just fine. Is it working just fine when we're on a slope? Could that be? Yeah, if we are on a slope, it's working just fine. So we have one information. Could gather one information. This is not happening if we are not on if we are on a slope, we are not flying. But if we are on a slope, it's working just fine like it should. So here we jump down normally. Oh, this here, this is a ladder. Just for testing reasons. I don't know why it did put it into the ladder layer. It just looks interesting. But if we are on an even ground, we fly. We fly now. Now we don't fly. Okay, so we have to see slope state not on slope. And check what this does. Let's go here. Okay, we don't need this switch anymore. It's actually not doing anything. So we're checking if we are not on a slope. Here, this shouldn't do anything. The slope state is not on a slope. Our case is we did something when we were on a slope and we didn't see that the character had any drag, so I don't think it's this. So let's see. What's irritating is if we did something weird here. We are setting the rigid body Y velocity here. In this case, when we were on the ground, when we are no, in any case, yeah, in any case, okay, that's obviously wrong. And so I think it's this line of code here. Or this body of code here, which should only be applied if the character is in the air. We can put it down here. And say, what's an additional if? Let's just code and not make good code first. Let's just code instinctively. If our slope state is downward slope, only then we want to do stuff. Okay? And then we only want to do all of that stuff if we were grounded and are not grounded anymore. So only one time only. Normally, because we are in the air here, now this only does the slope detection. I think we have to put was grounded in here, in this case. Because if we are on a cliff, imagine we have a cliff like this, and it says, okay, it's not a slope. We don't do anything, it's not a slope. But it will, because it still thinks that we were grounded, next frame it will check again and again, and then at some point you will come to maybe a completely different point. It will check again if we are if it should put down the character, it will say yes. Even though we have been flying over some cliff, and suddenly the character is put down, and that's kind of weird. So, yeah, if that is the case, say was grounded is false. Or we have to jump into that kind of code here. I think it's fine like this. Let's test it out. And it should be bug free. Well, let's close Spotify. Or Spotify doesn't want me to close it. No, it does. It's listening. I don't need Spotify. I have my music inside of the stream as playlist. Okay, let's hit play and see what happens. So, we didn't change anything, but why? Because we didn't fix the issue. Because the issue is actually this line of code. Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much. So we could even make a switch case here. Come on, let's do a switch case. Switch. Slope state. Slope state. I think it's like this case. And then slope state. Downward slope. Do some stuff and then yep. And then we can put in this code. This is a little bit over the top code design, but why not? Just so we practice using switch cases. And next case that we want to check is not on slope. And if we are not on a slope, we want to do this line of code. Just one line of code. And this will put our y velocity to 0. Okay. Let's maybe leave a comment. Put the y velocity to 0. So we don't jump. So we stick to the ground. Ground. When coming from another from the slope. Okay, now it should be 100% bug free. 100%. If I say 100%, it's always could build my life on it. Would never die. See? It works fine now. And here we stick to the ground. We fly with a ram. Okay. So that part here on the ground is complete. Now let's put the character in another position. Let's put him up there. Should see, do we have in the tile palette maybe some very steep slope like this. I think in the game it's actually never used that we have something like this. Oh yes, it is used. We have some roofs that are looking like this. And I shouldn't draw this on the torches map. These are not torches. No, no, no. This should be on the ground map. Okay, let's try that again. And hit play. And it's fine. Just fine. Yep. Everything seems to work. Be smooth. Yeah, I cannot do some weird stuff. I'm trying to basically just fuck up the character. I can't do it. Okay. Just spamming random. Yeah, looks fine. And this is also working. This really feels weird, by the way. Like, wow. But it kind of feels good. Like, holy shit! Like he takes that curve like a champ. Actually, it's not a curve, but kind of gives me some feeling of speed. That's nice. Can we? We can also take the velocity out of that slope to jump higher. So what's in the game is actually can't reach up there. Let's see. Normally we wouldn't be able to jump up there. However, if we jump right at the right before the down part, we can take the velocity out of the steep curve of the slope and increase our jump height. How awesome is that to do that correct? We can't do that if we are over the slope. Then it's not working anymore. Like here. It won't work, but kind of feels uninstinctive when we are over the slope and then jump. That we then don't get any velocity, but that's actually correct.
Hi.
Zem the 10, how is it going? Hi.
Remember me.
Zem the 10, yeah, I know. Then I couldn't I know the name again, but I don't know which stream it was. Or maybe I'm just thinking I remember. I'm not sure. I think I remember. Zem the 10 is now following. Thank you so much for the follow. How's it going?
That one when that dude stabbed the other dude.
Ah, okay, that has been ages. Yeah, cool. You're fine. I'm also fine. Just rewrote a part of the character control, so we are now sticking to the ground here. And normally in Unity, when we are on the ground, this is using the widget body, and you would kind of fly here with that ground, and I've rewritten that, and it kind of works that we are now sticking to the ground.
Kinda weird.
This is not the game. This is a test level. So what you see in here, it's not trying to look good at all. So yeah, that's, of course it's a test level. Of course it's looking weird. I was trying to find something to test.
I like the explosion.
And here on that slope now, if I go down here, I'm not sticking to the ground. And how awesome is that? It took me a whole 3 or 4 streams to get it right. But now it really feels natural how I'm going over the ground. You like the explosion? Yeah. You want to see an explosion? I can show you an explosion. Come on. I'm going to kill him. And now I can cast an explosion. Yay!
Could you add a mechanic where you can catch the light?
Catch the light? Ooh, catch the light. But which light? I mean, like those lights? Those torches are here for testing purposes. But you could stick one of the torches to the character and then like illuminate the environment. But no, in the game it's intended that your attacks are going to illuminate the environment a little bit.
In the sense that you can catch some sort of light which makes you floater.
Floater? I wouldn't really fit into the game right now. But it's if you ask if it's possible, definitely
like
yes.
Higher jumps and weaker gravity.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. So what you would do is you would kind of swap out the character model and put in a light or give him a light or whatever you want to do, and then basically you just set the widget body 2D to have a different gravity scale, and that's basically the part where he will fly higher. Let's just show it because it's really easy to do. Let's just put the gravity scale from 4 to 2 and see how high I can jump now. I should be able to jump very, very high. Yeah, you can see it's kind of floating.
Can you ledge grab in your game?
Ledge grab? No. I talked about that, and I don't see it. I just don't see it. I've talked about double jump. There's no double jump, no ledge grab. There are dashes. You can dash in the game. So I think I don't have the skill equipped. Oh no, I had the skill. Now, see that when I do this, now this looks a little bit weird because the gravity is now messed up. But you can see that he's way faster when he tries to bite something. Now there's a thing there that I will even rework that mechanic a little bit, because right now he's always displaying that bite animation, and I kind of think it looks weird, but I'm not in that part of development yet. So I just finished.
Are you gonna have bosses in the game?
Oh, I do have bosses. Wanna see a boss? Yes, lots of bosses. Let's put back the gravity scale. So when I test him next time,
Sure.
be normal. Okay, sure. Okay, let's go to one
I
of the
love
boss
bosses.
I think it's a servant and 2 rare. Yeah. I think there's approximately 5 big bosses, but there's also at least 3 smaller ones. And then there's kind of even smaller sub-fights. But yeah, there's bosses. Yeah, I want to keep the changes. The test level. And keep in mind this is still under development. So the environment will change a little bit. Right now what's missing is there will be more stones in the ground and such.
Looks like we have a little vampire here. Are you the one who fought his way through, my man? How dare you approach me?
Now we can talk to him and say, hey, I want to become your servant. I want to avenge the people you burn. Yeah.
What noble words. I'll write them on your tomb. However, your tombstone will be empty. You shall burn for your arrogance, until only ashes remain.
And now we start a boss fight. Kind of to keep the balance here. Okay, I have to just you to kind of be careful not to come too close to him, or I will instantly kill you.
Do you have a level up system by any chance?
Nope. What I do have is skills. You can find a lot of skills in the game, and you always have the choice to pick one of 2 skills when you find one, and then you can make your choices. But there's no level up system, and it's intentional. So I had the option to make a level up system, but I thought it's too traditional, and I wasn't looking into that, to be honest. Instead, what you can pick, for example, is what kind of attacks you use. You can use a whole set of attacks, and you can pick what kind of attacks you learn.
You could have added in secret.
But I don't want to.
Okay.
It's like a lot of people have level up systems, and I don't need one actually. Damn, I missed. So you kind of finished this boss fight. Ah, come on, let me pick that up. So what you see here is these are power-ups, and then I can kind of try to finish him off. It's a little bit problem because I'm missing all the time. And so this is a testing build, and I have basically infinite life right here. So this is how you could really easily defeat him. There's going to be some changes. I do have an error here. I do have a lot of errors. Object too large or too far away from the region. Unfortunately, I don't know where these errors are coming from. No, it doesn't tell me anything where this is coming from. So we have just to pretend this is some kind of Unity error that we don't know about. That update all render function. No idea. I think this was this scene, but yeah. I will go on now and go to my first level and test it with the new slope detection that I've been working on, and try to guess if this is the right feeling for the game.
It's not an error, it's a feature.
It's a feature. Actually, you won't see it in the game. These were just some Unity errors that it had some problems that I can reproduce. So far, this is the first level, and
It's a secret feature.
It's a secret feature only in developer mode. And so far, it just feels normal. Here we learn you need to crouch. Now we learn how to bite things. And I suck at my own game. Now we don't have any errors.
Lane, finally I found you. I heard that you have turned into a vampire and want to help you.
And there's
Let's
the
get you
stabbing
to safety.
scene.
There's a group of angry.
Too late. You're mine now, vampire. I will get rich with the bounty on your head.
The bandit is blocking your path to the artifact behind him. If you want to survive, you need the artifact. Use your bite on the bandit to get through.
We see error message down there, but that's an Unity error that we can't really do something about except to wait for better Unity updates. That, however, parameter def trigger, this is something that we can fix. So here's how it works. You go you go to this artifact, and now I can hit one of those buttons and kind of decide what kind of ability I'm going to pick up. And I can either pick up a double hit scan cast or a projectile that I can shoot out of my hands, and then there's a projectile flying out of the hands. Can do either way. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the normal projectile. There's also a video playing which would explain it to you, but I can just show you. Going to just cast a bullet basically. It's very basic.
This is the area where a vampire named Lane showed up. Find this monster and kill it. The Countess
looks
also
weak.
placed a good bounty on its head.
It's
Let
weak.
the hunt begin.
It's your first attack. Of course it's weak. But it's all you have. Now, that was the first encounter with a peasant. We have the first encounters. Now you see, it doesn't even have a good range. So this attack is your standard fallback attack, but it's like the pistol in most games. Once you learn better attacks, you never want to use this attack. However, you're kind of forced to use this crappy attack, and it's also subtracting 5 health from your health bar every time you use that. So now you see that the guy here, he's bleeding, and when he's bleeding, one shot will instantly kill him. Now I can bite him. And gain back my health. Yeah? And the game kind of forces you to kind of learn how to bite people with the melee attack. You see, the first enemies, they don't really do much damage. Kind of chase you. Yeah, but in the beginning, you're not going to take them too seriously, and you can just learn how to play the game, essentially. This is like the base tutorial. I mean, if you look how bad he's shooting, he's not even hitting anything. And you can learn. Get up here. Get your reward for being intelligent, because of course you kind of use the objects in your environment. You could also be stupid and just destroy all those objects, and then you can't get up here. I think you can't. No way I can get up there. Maybe there's a trick, but I don't know any. And then you basically fight yourself to this level. Now this is where most people will probably panic, because there's too many enemies and they don't know how to handle them yet. And then you will basically just start skipping enemies. Oh, there's a power up here. Not important right now what's in there. Here's the part where we can find some animals. They won't actually do damage. It's just trying to fly away. And basically you can heal on these animals. Here we can learn our first dash. We can dash on the ground and become invulnerable. Or dash in the air. And now we can dash. Dash. Only if we are in the air. I'm going to change that. It kind of feels clunky, but the dash is going to be our main source of mobility. I think here's the last power up that you can find in this level. And then you're basically just going to play through the game, trying to get to the top. Oh, I have to take that lift. Test something out. Yeah, I can't stand on the cliff.
How much will the game cost on release?
I don't know. Actually, the game is on Steam for, I think, like 19 euro or something. I don't know. But I don't know if I'm going to completely put it down from Steam and re-release it with a new name or something, because I basically reworked the whole game. And what's on Steam right now is a joke compared to what you are seeing right at the moment. So, but it will not cost more than 20 euros. I think more than 20 euros for an indie game, it's not worth it. I would really like to just put this in there for 5 euros or something. But I don't know. I really don't know. If it's in there for 5 euros, people will think that it's probably trash. And if it's 5 euros, it's probably not a good game.
Looks like I found the vampire who walks through these lands. That what is it?
So I've been through with the first bit of testing now. And I'm going to look
One
at...
is €5 and it's amazing.
Yeah, but don't ask me for pricing. I'm absolutely wild about pricing because I really don't know. If you don't sell copies, you don't. If you sell only a fraction of the copies that you wish for, you actually are not making any money. Only if you have a high price. If you sell it for a very low price, discounts are not going to do much, because if you are selling for €5 and then discount it to 4 euros, it's not as attractive as selling it for 16 euros and then discounted it to 8. But I'm absolutely not a salesperson. So basically what I will do is just go to somebody who's very good at pricing and just ask him, hey, what's a good price for that, and then just accept whatever he tells me. Because I'm a coder, game developer, I do all the stuff in the game, draw it, voice it, and researching pricing is actually a lot of work. You wouldn't believe it. But it's actually very, very time intensive. How long you have to research how to price your own game. And you kind of always feel guilty for charging a price at all. I could put it out as free to play, but since I don't have in-app sales, you can't buy skins or something, I would definitely make anything. It would be just a waste for me. So yeah, don't know. It's going to be for a price. That's for sure. So I was thinking, I haven't, but I have to and I absolutely have to focus on developing first, trying to make the best game I can, and then I can think about pricing. And I'm not there yet. If I don't think it's good, I shouldn't even sell it. Okay. Quite a detection for slopes. When jumping going slope up, change gravity scale. Okay. Those are all the tasks that I did already. And now use Nocti attributes for player skills. So there's this library which is called Nocti attributes. Nocti attributes. And basically I just want this for my game, because it's helping you with basically dividing your character into nice groups, or all of your groups in nice groups, or have nice functions for your inspector. And why would I need that? It's because my inspector for the main character looks like this right now, and it's absolutely a mess. And I want to put this down into a list and subdivide this into small groups, so I don't actually need to read all of this here. So I can at least get this library. Where did I put it? It must be in my downloads. Naughty attributes. And there's a package that I can just click on. I think you basically drag this into your game. And let me look it up. What he says, how to install this. Maybe there's an introduction. Installation. available on the Open UPM registry. Okay, I don't use Open UPM. I actually don't even know what it is. It's maybe like NuGet, NPM. I don't know. Can install via Git URL. What? You can download it from the asset store. Okay, let's just download it from the asset store. I think that's basically the easiest way to just click a button. Now, I'm not against console comments at all, but I always want to go the easiest path. And if this is the easiest path, then okay. Not my problem. Good. Now we have naughty out attributes. And import that package. And it... should I really import this? Or maybe make a safety copy. I should make a safety copy before I do that. So let's skip that. Let's skip that for now, and keep working on something else. And I'll do that off stream. Make a copy of the game because it's going to take maybe 10 minutes to just copy the whole folder and yeah, copy the whole folder and then. You have the safety copy. Right now I'm not on GitHub, unfortunately, because GitHub basically has some problems with me signing in. But I'm in contact with the support. Other support ghosted me. I've been inviting them on Tuesday. And they didn't respond after that, so probably I should write them again. Write to them again. Okay, so I'm in level 3-1, and it immediately says there's more than one global light. Okay. Let's see. Global. Yeah, there's more than one global light. That's correct. Let's see where it is. One is in map. And I think the other is in UI. And I guess I intended to have this as the normal light. Yeah, it's correct. So you can delete this global light. Now we will have only one global light. Today, and I think there are more issues with the background. I think the stars. Yeah, these are the stars that we are seeing right now, and there's fog in front of the map. It's definitely not correct. What is the reason for this? So this is supposed to be in the background. We have these effects that we are seeing right now. And they are even in front of the character. Maybe, just maybe, it's because the camera has a weird transform position. It's not the case. Maybe the background has a weird transform position. There seems to be two backgrounds, so let's disable this background at first and then hit play. I think this background here has to be deleted. Yeah, that's fixed. That pretty much fixed the issue. Oh, now I can test how it is to actually work on this kind of ground. And it isn't bad. And you kind of get stuck here and there. If you're going down, it's fine. If you're going up, you're going to get stuck at some places. Okay. And now we can't get this power up. I think the main character is in a weird position. Also, the lightning is weird. So what's going on? There's one light over here attached to the camera. I can delete this background here. This is the old one. Is there a light? Let's look for point. I think there's 2 point lights attached to the character. There's 3 lights. Those are attached to torches. I don't think that's the problem. So this is the problem. Here the values for outer and inner light have been overwritten. So there's that. Let's revert that. Let's see if it now feels more yeah, that more feels like what we actually had in the game so far. And that's really dark. That's really, really dark. Oh, what was that? I'm able to walk in the air. Why is that? I think I'm able to walk in the air because of what this was playing with the slope detection. Weird. I can't pick up these pickups. I can't see the main menu. So what's going on? It's not the character. What's going on? So these level ups, they are not in the Z0 position. They should be. Position here should be 0. I don't think that's the problem. Something else is not it's not making any sense. It's also that think the UI has to use the UI camera, which is not the case right now. So let me see if I can see the menu right now. Wait a moment. Okay, now I can actually see the menu. Can't pick up the chalice. Can I pick up the soul? Was that really the fix? It would be easy. And there I was grounded. And here I can't pick up that soul. Okay, so there's that. I don't know what's happening here. And here I fall down slowly. Let's see. I think it detected that we are on a slope and then thought we are grounded. Okay. Okay. It's interesting. Come on, die. Normally we are not supposed to kill people by fighting them. It's kind of annoying that I don't see where I'm jumping to. So we really need to increase the radius where we can guess what is in the area. Because it's a little bit too dark here. Because I can't really hard to jump right now, even though the jump is really easy, but I can't see where I'm jumping to. I can't pick up that power up. That's weird. I thought I wouldn't be able to pick that up. Now I can pick up the soul. I guess I will be able to pick up the other soul now. So let's test that out again. It's like my eyes are kind of starting to hurt because it's that dark. So I think the lightning really has to set to another value. Okay, so something is up. Something is wrong. Let's start the game and check the position of the player again. Oh, he's not named player. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he has to be named player. Yeah, that should fix it. Okay, now we have an error here from the clipboard. Okay, that's actually not important. Actually not important. We need to fix on the wheel issues. Because this is a Unity error. And we haven't done anything with the paint palette, so yeah. No use trying to fix that. Okay, now the player is named correctly. We have to kind of correct the lightning. Now, you have to be very, very careful with that. But we actually need to increase the intensity, and I'm going to increase it to 1 now. And we want this to be as low as possible. Yeah. This didn't help too much. So one problem here, the environment doesn't look that interesting. Okay, so let's revert that change actually. Let's put that to 0.95. And decrease the outer radius to 10. By decreasing the radius, the lightning will be stronger. No, it won't. It won't. Actually, now squeezes it down, so it needs to be wider, so that we actually can probably see a little bit further like this. It's still dark. Now we are seeing the slope that we are jumping to a little bit sooner. Just a little bit sooner. But when we are standing here, we don't know what to do. It's a problem. It's so dark. Now I like it. Like it that it's dark, but man, let's put that to 40. Or they should. You just basically double the range where we should be able to look at. And that feels a little bit better. Like we actually are able to see the environment now. And yeah, no, I can't really see the my target where I'm jumping to. It's still very dark. Okay, let's keep increasing. Actually increase that to 50. So this was 23. Increasing that to 50 is something that I probably wouldn't really think that it would be good. Okay, now it's not dark anymore in some areas. Now we can actually see what we are jumping to from here. Okay, and let's do something stupid and just apply this. And go back to the test level, into the first level, and see how these changes affect the actual gameplay. Because I had the feeling like it's too dark. But it's something that you just find out by feeding the game. There's no algorithm that can actually tell you, hey, this is going to be your perfect values. And seeing that the background actually now very, very bright. And it still feels like night. Still feels like night, but it's not pitch black at the edge. Yeah, it's pitch black here at the edges. But here it's not pitch black here, right at the border of the screen. So I guess we might put it down a little bit. Me to 45. Put this to 9.5. Apply this and test it out again. And hopefully these are good values. And we're just trying to find the best compromise here. We can kind of see in the dark where we are jumping to, but in the bright areas we kind of still want to have that darkness feeling, which we actually don't have. Like, you see that area here is not pitch black, like what I would like to have. But if we would do that, areas that are like here, that are more in the kind of medium brightness, they are already black, and then we will have problems seeing our environment depending on where we are. So finding the right lighting is really, really hard. Also have to take into consideration that the foreground layer here is actually darker in its base color, because it's done so in the settings. I feel this way. Feels dark. It at least feels like we are playing at night. That's the important thing. We have to feel like we are playing at night. I don't want to sacrifice too much gameplay for that. I think that's a nice compromise that we have here. Let's go back to the first level. Test that out. Save the changes that we made. And just go and play it until the first 2 fights. And then decide if that is a good setting that we have right there.
Away, evolve, become a great vampire.
I think I can't. I need to take my controller. It's not registering my keyboard right now, which only happens in editor mode for some reason. Go up here. Oh, we just jump here. Ah, we can kind of stand on that ledge there. Okay. It's not that important. Actually, we need to fix this because we can't have something like that happen in the first 5 minutes of the game. Because this is where people are still deciding they want to actually play the game or not. Let's just go through here. I think this feels kind of too bright. So being in this cave, it feels like we have no fall off. So I'm looking if we actually are using the right values here. Are we overwriting anything? Yeah, the lightning settings are overwritten. Yeah. So let's revert these. So it takes whatever we put in there. Well, it just felt too bright inside of the cave. Just felt too bright. Yeah, I want to have some lightning fall off, like want to slowly fade to the center of the character, and yeah, I actually should see this already a little bit. I can't have the feeling like I feel it. I'm not sure yet.
You wanna
I'm losing health. That fixes that. And once again, suck at my own game.
Please, finally I found you. I heard that you have turned into a vampire and want to help you. Let's get you to safety. There's a group of angry...
Too late.
This is the area where a vampire named Lane showed up. Find this monster and kill it. The Count has also placed a good bounty on its head. Let the hunt begin.
It's actually actually being a little bit less dark in this area. I actually like it because it's a little bit easier to see the environment. I had the feeling before like I was kind of squeezing my eyes together to see what's going on. And now it's a little bit more clear where actually the enemies are. Yeah, I think we were overdoing it before. Maybe this is a better setting. Maybe. And this dark area here, still really hard to guess where the actual things are that we are supposed to jump to. But I think it's alright. It definitely feels like we are playing at night. So the overall feeling is not broken. And the orientation is a little bit better. Okay, let's stop right here. And go to the next level. We need to save this. So let's go to level 2 and see if we did override the camera, the lighting settings there. Because we basically don't want to set the lighting for every level anymore. Okay, here it just takes the values that we did set inside of our test level. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, now let's go on. And really dark in here. So this really has the feeling like the first time we play here, and we only can see the eyes of the bats and the darkness. When we are standing here, jump up here, and we have a chance to actually see that thing that we are supposed to jump to, and we can get up here. We might see that we are supposed to jump over here. But I think the player initially is going to go over here, get up that kind of shaft, a tunnel, let's see over here. Then he's like, okay, what do I do now? I guess I need to jump over this side. He's okay, that's not what I was supposed to do, but I have a nice treat. Probably what's going to happen is he's going to fall down here, and we still have to fix this issue here. I think this is because of the slope state. Okay. And then you might be able to see, okay, I'm supposed to jump over here. Let's try to reproduce that falling problem. It doesn't happen on even ground. It seems to happen when we are above some kind of uneven ground. And let's just keep falling and see what we will be landing on. What? That's weird. It's also weird that I only see it in this low. Is it everywhere? Is this a zone? Is it some kind of zone? I think it's a zone. I think this is not the detection. I think this is a zone. So if this is a zone, we should be able to reproduce this by jumping into the zone from underneath. But we aren't. Okay, it's not... I don't think it's a zone then. So how do we reproduce this? What's happening? And why? Is it happening here? Yes. Can even jump. So he's thinking he's grounded. So that's the first information that we have. Character thinks he's grounded when he's not. Not reproduced it in this area though. That's weird. It's really, really weird. Let's go reproduce this and check the angular drag. Now look into the rigid body, and we don't have don't have any drag. So since there's only one instance where we set the transform position of our character, we actually know what is happening. We just have to find out why it is happening. So this is the only instance in the character script where we are supposed to set the transform position. Is that correct though? No. Okay, that's not the character transform position. Here we spawning. Effects, effects, effects. It's only if we are spawning. So okay, this is the only instance where we set our transform position of the character. Like this should really be rare that we use any function to set our transform position, because doing this is powerful but very, very dangerous. So what was happening here is he's fucked. So he wasn't grounded. I think he was going with this because grounded was set to true, even though the grounded check should have returned false. Ah, okay. So we should never do this. We should never just go through all of this. And hey Luna, just say, hey, you're grounded now. Hey Luna, look at me. So we kind of have to fix this. I want to be in stream. If not, you're free to go. Okay, I guess that's the end of the stream. I had to pet my cat. No, I'm going to keep coding. Either way, There she goes. She doesn't. I think she doesn't she does not find a comfortable position right now. Why she's struggling. Hey Luna. Off she goes. Hey, you're not supposed to write the code. I am. I think she's kind of getting bored a little bit. And yeah, you kind of give your cats some entertainment. Because my cats can't go outside. And I guess soon I will have to take care of their fur. Oh, here you come back. Off she goes. Yeah, that's why what I talk about this. One of the best cats that you can actually have as a coder. Like, she just comes to you, wants to color you for a bit, and then just off she goes in 5 minutes. Like, okay. I'm more used to having cats that really want to sleep on your lap at night. And I'm actually really unhappy about that. If you have to put them down because you want to code or play a game. I really always hated that about my old cat. Because you always feel sorry. With Luna, my cat right now, she just comes to you, cuddles you a bit, and then off she goes. It's so nice. It's just such a nice cat. Lovely. Okay, let's go on here. So, if we are not grounded, but we were grounded. This just puts us grounded. That's problematic. So if it detects we are not on a cliff, it will come to this kind of code and put us to grounded, and then do some stuff that we are not supposed to do. There's more fuckery about right here. Actually, what is our slope detection length? It's 1. That's very short. That's like half of the field. I actually think we did set this to a different value in the test level. I forgot to apply this to the prefab. Yeah. Okay, that's actually not doing a lot, but yeah. So basically, when there's nothing underneath us, the function should return false. That wasn't the problem. We should also set was grounded to false then. It's also important. I feel a little bit. I feel a little bit off because we're putting was grounded to false in that many cases. We can forget to put it to false. And let's just into because this is kind of becoming annoying. Let's just introduce a new boolean. Bool was grounded temp, and this is going to be was grounded. And then we put was grounded to false. Just right at the beginning. No, was grounded is grounded. If we put grounded ever to false inside of this? No, we can put this to true though. So whatever. Okay. Then we use that temp value instead of was ground value. Actually, this doesn't do anything.
Hi.
Hello, Fennec, what's up? Nice to see you, with you around. I hope you have a wonderful time. How are you doing at Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve? Christmas Eve? Okay, Christmas and New Year's Eve. Okay, let's not introduce that temp value yet. It's too complicated for me. Now, should only reach this code if the character is supposed to stick to the ground. But how do we guarantee that? Was grounded is not updated as as it should be. So let's just check every return and see if it puts was grounded before. It does. It does. Okay, so that's good. Check every return and check the slope state. This slope is then not on a slope. So why do we reach this code? There must be a case where we reach that code even though we shouldn't. The first thing that is weird here is that this rigid body cast goes down there, but it doesn't use any kind of mask. That's important. Okay, we need to use a mask here. So let's first define a layer mask. You can also check every way, but I think this should also have parameters for a layer mask. I think. Yeah, there's a contact filter. The contact filter can have a mask. So, contact filter 2D. Contact filter 2D is going to be a new contact filter 2D. And the contact filter 2D layer mask is going to be checking for the ground layer. Nothing else. We don't care for any zone. And then we put this inside of our function here. And I think that's the problem. We were inside of some kind of zone. I don't even know which zone, maybe saving zone. There's a zone for the stone triggers, and I think that was the problem, that it thought it's detecting some kind of ground, but in reality that was ground, that was just some kind of trigger zone that is there to do some stuff that we are not supposed to care about right at this moment. Let's go on and see if we can still fly in the air. First it looks like... the jump improved. We're not flying in the air right now. Okay, so it was just checking for every layer. And it should have been checking for just the ground. So that was the problem. Okay, that's nice. So we fixed one issue. And aside from that, going on the ground feels nice. Yeah, there's some edges where we kind of need to make a small jump, but that's acceptable. Like here, need to jump now. Yeah, we can't go up there. But that's what I define. Okay, let's go on. That's very interesting with the background right there. Okay, gonna fly now. We could just normally go up there. Or we could fly. And a guy who was down and we died. Okay, that kind of happens. Okay, so but aside from that, the slope detection is completed. We fixed some minor issues in the levels, and I would say it's 11 o'clock. So yeah, it's kind of in the stream right there. So, thank you for tuning in so far. I've been having a wonderful time. I'm sorry, Fennec, I haven't been chatting a lot with you, but you've been kind of silent in the chat. But hi again, hi. Great to have you there, here and there. Always keeping up my number, so it's not that just one person looks my stream, it's actually 3 persons. Me, my Smurf account, and somebody else. Sometimes there's 4 people, and I just had a lot of visitors last stream, so I actually could carry with Carol. It was really useful, and I really learned some stuff. But ist etwas mit deinem Mic? Nee. No. I will have to check that later. I was sick for a long time, and I'm still using a higher pitch with my voice right now than I usually do, so that could be an issue right there. Let me try to speak normal. Yeah. So normally I use this kind of pitch. Maybe that is the problem. But it's really my nose. My nose is really not still full, and I kind of have to try to get used to speaking with my normal voice again. Maybe I will check my microphone. Should be using my right microphone, so for now. Okay, so next time I'm just going to be drawing more assets into the levels and try to fix that. So the slope detection right now is perfect. It's way better, it feels better in the game. And I really hope that I will be able to keep continuing to work on that. On the look of the game, feel of the game, and then really get to the point where we can really finish it. And everything seems great, but it's taking just a lot of time. That's the only thing that's bad about the game. That's taking a lot of time. But yeah, you have to be hard, try to use your time useful, and I have to kind of try to get as much time as I can for the stream. So the game will be finished at some day if I just keep doing this, be hard, try to force myself into being effective with my time, and then this will be great. So I will stream tomorrow morning, and until then, I hope you have a great evening, great night, and stay strong. Goodbye.